Hey everyone, Andy here from Luminary Wealth. I hope you all had a restful and peaceful Memorial Day weekend. Can't believe that it's almost halfway through 2020. It's definitely not the year that I think a lot of people anticipated. A lot of industries have taken a big hit financially year to date, and a lot of business owners are trying to figure out the best path forward. And, there's been a lot of discussion around the stimulus package, the Paycheck Protection Program, but less discussion around insurance policies and specifically business interruption insurance. So, what is business interruption insurance? It may also be called business income insurance, but it's typically an add on to your property insurance policy. And it's designed to cover loss of business income due to a covered peril. So, a fire or some form of natural disaster. And each policy is different in terms of what is covered, under what circumstances, for how long. But your policy may even include a clause for civil authority coverage, which is situations when state legislation requires that non essential businesses close, which we're all very familiar with at this point. Now, the real question is, does business interruption insurance cover COVID-19 losses? Well, generally, these policies require some form of physical damage. So, a lot of insurers aren't paying out for coronavirus related claims, and due to the fact that the pandemic wasn't physical damage. Now, there are some policies that actually have a virus exclusion in them. This started to become more normal after the SARS outbreak in 2003, but that doesn't mean that a claim is completely off the table. So, some state legislators have actually put bills in place that would require insurance companies to pay out coronavirus related claims, even if there was a virus exclusion in the policy. So, some of those states are Louisiana, Ohio, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, I think, New York, Massachusetts, South Carolina. I will put a link in the video description. You can see all those states and kind of what that bill contains. But that may be an option if you're in one of those states. But if you're in a situation where you've had losses, you've expended the Paycheck Protection Program, what can you do in terms of business interruption insurance? So I think the first thing to do is to check your insurance policy and see what qualifies as a cause of loss. See if there's a virus exclusion in there. If there's not, it may be worth filing a claim or talking with your insurer. If there is a virus exclusion, then stay up to date on local legislation. See if any bills or provisions are coming out that may help you in that area. A lot of small businesses are actually taking insurance companies to court over this. Some of them are winning. But insurance companies are arguing that if we paid out all COVID-19 related claims, then the whole industry would go bankrupt. So there's no clear-cut issue on this. But I think the best thing you can do is check your policy and then stay informed on what's happening in your state specifically. Now, there is a bill being proposed at the federal level. It's called the Business Interruption Insurance Coverage Act of 2020. And I believe that bill is pending in the House Committee on Financial Services. So we'll see if that gets moved forward. But basically, this would require insurance companies to allow to have pandemic losses covered under the policy for an additional premium. Now, this probably wouldn't help anything COVID-19 related, but as we've heard before, this probably won't be the last pandemic that we'll experience. So it's something to consider moving forward. So in summary, whether or not business interruption insurance can help you today is really dependent on your policy in your state. So check both of those things. I think if nothing else, 2020 has taught us that we should be hoping for the best, but planning for the unexpected. So if and when we encounter a situation like this in the future, business interruption insurance policy may help you in those times. Again, I wish you a safe and prosperous reopening. Stay healthy. Have a great week.